Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Orla Live for Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Orla in the next few minutes. We've had a packed day, haven't we? And packed 2 days since the last show, but we've a lot going on. We had the March to the Dáil today, which I don't think the Dáil was dissolved, but I heard Michelle got in and spoke to people, so we'll talk about that in a while. We also have a few videos there of the Irish homelessness. Sinn Féin flying flags over the Children's Hospital as well. Somebody confronted them. And then we had a woman who was raped by a guy who dropped drugs to her, but also gave her a date rape drug. And when the foreigner who was staying in her house came down and seen her lying naked on the ground, he proceeded to rape her as well. So we'll talk about that in a while. We also have Angus Dalglish to talk about, and I have a video there to play of young Ava O'Brien, who was sadly taken away through the vaccine as well. So, I'm just going to read a few comments there. I'm going to just do the banners there first. Okay, you can send us a message there on WhatsApp on 089-203-1521. That's 089-203-1521. You can also email orlanlive@gmail.com. You can get us live as well on X at FitzyDub, Anthony L. Casey, at Rugamorph, and Ireland Force 123. You can get us on Facebook at Paul Fitzsimons and www.theirishchannel.com/live. You can also buy us a coffee if you want it, or you can buy Orla a Bulmers, whatever you want to do. Thanks, and anyway, I'm just going to read a few comments here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, bus orders the 16th will be the one. Yeah, that's the camp out there, and Martin has said he's going to cook for everyone. So if there's thousands there, Martin will be out of pocket. All right, Chris, all good there, bud. Chris Bourne, yeah, not bad. Thanks, Dick. Was glad that the March earlier went off in the incident. Thankfully, as I know, people had a genuine worry about that. Yeah, they had, but it seemed to have gone all right. So. Hi there, Paul. How are you, Vincent? How are you doing, mate? Del G. I saw it, Chris. Some interesting speeches, a few call-outs. Anyway, looking forward to the 16th, bud. So am I. I just have Orla there. I'm going to bring Orla up there now. Good evening. How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Good. You're looking fresh this evening. It's nice and sunny in Carlow, is it? It's lovely here. Do you like my background?
Yes, you're out in the wilderness, are you?
Yeah, that's where I am now.
Nice,
I have to say, it was sent to me today.
Now you were out for a walk yesterday morning.
I was a little walk today, and I'm not a big one today, but I'll be probably going for a swim tomorrow. We'll see. It's all about getting the fitness in all it.
Well, the lake looks lovely behind you, Paul.
Yeah, I tell you, I'd go for a swim in that lake now. I would. Now I would. It's nice, you know what I mean?
Well, that's a very nice shirt, Paul. Is that new?
It is indeed. Yeah, do you like it? Yeah.
Very nice. God, somebody's wonderful taste.
I'm telling you now, someone has got wonderful taste. Yeah. But I'm just going to go through a few comments. To be honest, glad I wasn't there because I'd be over the wall, as they say. Anyone, all good. Glad it was peaceful. Just talking about the march today, it seemed to go very well. Amen to that, bud. Michael John, how are you?
Michael, how are you?
Manchester, how's things? Good evening, Michael John. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Lots of handsome Irish men on TikTok. Yeah, there is.
I know. I spotted that, Michael.
Yeah.
No, I mean him commenting.
Oh, okay. You doing all right, Michael? Yeah, Andy Quaker's on TikTok too, isn't he? So I heard. I'm delighted with the
important. Oh, I didn't catch that.
Oh, is he? Are you not following him?
Not on TikTok. I will this evening.
Follow him everywhere else. I'm delighted with the important victory at the GPO. It was very good today. Fair play. There was a few videos. I just put a couple of little videos there today, and a couple of minutes. I'll play them in a few minutes. Hang on there, DMC.
I see Chris saying he's banned from TikTok. Chris, I'm assuming you've been out telling the truth.
Yeah, probably. I keep, every time I put something up, I get hit with a warning. You know what I mean? This is your last one. This is your last one. But I'm still up there. So the censorship on TikTok is crazy. Yeah, it is. It's brutal. It seems that TikTok is the new grinder. I don't know. I don't even know what grinder is. What's grinder? Is that the gay talk? I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't know. It's one of those dating apps.
One of those dating apps. Yeah, I've never been on them myself, to be honest with you. I had this conversation the other night with someone, and they were talking about, well, some people can be lonely, and some, I just know, just never into it. I was never
What
that
happened
lonely.
to the days of like just meeting people in the pub and things like that?
Some people don't drink.
You don't
Some
have to
people
drink.
don't
You
go
can
out.
have 7 Up or something.
With some, no, this is the argument that was put to me. Well, some people don't go out. Some people don't drink. Some people are just recluse and they stay in the house. You know what I mean? And this, that, and the other. So I do get that. You know what I mean? But even still, yeah, I'd rather be out talking and,
Well, that's it.
getting
That's how you meet people.
Smooch a little wear, yourself, you know how it works. You know what I mean? That's back to the old days. That's what you want to be doing.
True.
Anne-Marie, good evening, everyone. I might have been eating nuts there. And there's one caught in my throat there. Hang on.
Hi, Anne-Marie. Paul's choking. It's getting all emotional thinking about the old days. Back in prehistoric times.
Back in the 1800s.
No, that's Victorian times. I'm talking about prehistoric times. You were probably meeting around the side of a rock or something, trying to keep away from T-Rex.
Oh, that's too long ago now, that is. Anne-Marie Porter, going grand, thanks. Hope everything's all right. Hi, Michael John. TikTok is a tourist trap. Lots of handsome men. Michael York. Yeah. Hi, Chris. To be honest, I'm shattered after today's march. Were you in there, Anne-Marie? Was it good? Yeah, everything went well, I seen. I heard, did she get into it all? I didn't hear the ins and outs of everything.
There's some video looking that she got somewhere. Did she get past the gates or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. I don't blame you on it. Lots of handsome Irish men. There's lots of, there is. I'm not gonna. I have chronic pain and I flared up today. I was so bad that a young guard came over and asked me if I was okay. The guards were I'm going to be honest, the guards were very tolerant today for some reason, Yeah, I'm just, that was my take on it because, if there's a protest in town, you're never getting in at all. And that seemed to all change for some reason today, but listen, we'll see. Hi, Paul. Hey, Vincent. How's things?
Hey, Vincent.
Sorry to hear this, Anna. Cuddles to you. Yeah, cuddles from Michael. You'll be doing well. Michael John, when I saw the young guard, I thought of you. He was about 6'6" and very handsome. Okay. Michael John. Oh, yes, please. Anna. I am mad. At least they did. Anne-Marie Porson, not much criticism. The guard. Unity. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Unity. Is Mott Lum on Garda Síochána, especially if he's handsome. Yeah. A guard even shook my hand and said to come to him if I needed assistance. I thought to myself, Michael John would say no.
Wouldn't say no.
As I said, I gotta be honest, I've never had a guard talk to me like that in my life. It's usually a smack of a baton or a pepper spray.
Normally they're eyeballing you.
Yeah, exactly. Another fantastic message sent to them today. God bless all there and all here. Fair play to everyone today that did go in there. Yeah, well done.
Well, at least there was no fighting or anything like that, thank God.
No. How are you, Paul? How's the form? The form is very good now, I have to say. Yeah, form was good. I was out today. I was, having fun, as they say. Good evening, Paul.
Modeling a new shirt.
Modeling new shirt. No, I hadn't got my new shirt on today. No. Hi, handsome Paul. Thank you very much, Michael John. Cheers. Somebody be vomiting there going, bleh. He's always getting that. Yeah. Evening, Paul. Hey, all. Hey, Angie. How's things?
Hey, Annie. How are you?
Luke, the Muslims and the Jews want nothing more than your foreskin if you're a man. Okay. There's a lot of women use them as well. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound a Bullock use it for cream for her face. Yeah.
Okay, later on.
Yeah, later on. Yeah. How are you? Hi, Paul. How are you, Patriot Irish Mammy? I was watching today. I seen you commenting there on 420 audits thing today. I was watching it for a bit today. Hello, Orla. We haven't got Mark on yet. He hasn't put the Orla in yet, so even
Oh,
Orla. Yeah.
hey Eddie.
Orla, hello. Everyone's saying hello to you now. I must be going way back. Looks like Glendalough, to be fair, Paul. Jeez, if it is Glendalough, I'll be up there for a swim tomorrow. Good evening. Here we go. Classy lady, Orla. Jesus. Hey, Orla. Sarah Mary Louise. Super sunny in Mitchelstown. Yeah, it's well, I can't really see out the window there now, but it looks sunny where Orla is. There's light shining in the window there. Is it, Orla? Is it sunny
and
there?
the curtains opened.
All right, Chris. Hope all is good. Just don't swim in Lake Garda.
So what was the one before that?
All right, Chris. Hope
No,
all is
not
good.
that one.
Super sunny in
No, it was
Mitchelstown.
after Sarah.
Don't swim in Lake Garda. Are you wearing Speedos, Paul? Are you going to wear Speedos,
He's
Paul?
frightening the fish.
No. Budgie smugglers? No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, cutting trees, Paul. Paul is gorgeous. Get in there. Good man, Michael.
Oh, please. These are all mental.
It's all brilliant today. No, we'll finish a few. I just want to get through these as much as I can. I wonder, could the balance on the audio be adjusted by any chance? Enjoying your show enormously, Steve. I'll tell you what. Do you know what's the problem is here? I haven't moved my mic across. That's what's wrong. Is that better, Steve? Or Bailey Boyle? What's this one? The leprechaun nature won't allow you all to accept the monetists after your first king. Okay, yeah. Reposted. MDC reposted this stream. Yeah, send it out everywhere, lads. Send it out everywhere. That's the thing, Orla. They never told me why I'm banned. I sure affect them. Yeah.
Telling the truth.
Who said romance was dead? Okay, it's not. Good evening, Paula. There you go.
There we are, Mark.
Yeah. I used to snog guys in the George all the time. I can't say I did it. No, I was never in it. Just not my cup of tea. No. It ended very abrupt today. Would have thought that it would have stayed to see them coming out, or at least forced to stay in. Okay, what happened? Does anyone know what happened there? You can come on and let us know, or grow your own dope.
Sorry, what's this about?
It must be today. It ended very abrupt.
Oh.
I think it means abrupt today. Would have thought that it would have stayed to see them coming out, or at least forced to stay in. Okay, I don't know. I haven't. As I said, I don't know anything. The old slowsy in, yeah. But I got a call today off someone, and he told me that they have been in the doll for eight. They've been in the doll a few times, and you don't just walk up to the door of the doll and get in. That's not how it works. Now,
Yeah,
I
should
don't
the
know.
guards along that there? So how do you walk in?
Yeah. Somebody had to sign her in, or somebody had to get her in. I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but like somebody did. What's this, Fitz? At the old slow set and Good Time Charlie's, Paul. Yeah, I used to love it. Used to say, I want you back. Remember that one? Take that.
Yes.
You remember it, Mark, don't you? She walked away, Paul, with her tail between her legs. Okay, who did? Michelle. Okay. She didn't get in. Did she get in or did she not get in? I don't know. I haven't
It
heard
looked like
that.
she was in some part of it. The
Yeah,
video
the
wasn't
guards
that
are
great.
really sick of it. Yeah. What's the story, guys? Today was a complete shit show. Gar. Okay, I didn't see much of it, Gar. I was doing something today. I was off. I was very busy today. So I didn't get to see it. I saw the start of it, Gar. So I don't really know what happened. Were you in there, Gar? Yeah. Trisha, the mongrel, according to me, Hal Martin reposted this stream. Hi, Paul and Orla.
Hey, Trisha.
Okay, who's ringing me there? Okay, let me see that. Oh, lads, I can't. I told them I wasn't coming. There's a council meeting, so I can't really come on. One non-Irish man did try something, but the guards told him he'd be arrested if he didn't stop. Okay. Michael handing the letter into the doll Michelle handing the letter into the doll. Does she not realise that government will not look at the letter and just throw the letter in the bin? Well, that's what we thought as well. So I got married, and she developed a nut allergy. I got married and shit. Okay. Evening, Paul. Being sick of this protest and protest. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this video first. Okay, it's just a couple of minutes of this. It's 3 minutes from today. There's a couple of them put together, so I'm just gonna play these and we'll come back. And I didn't like the way she started off this, but hey, listen, it is what it is. I'll play this. Jesus, lads, we're up to 600 there already. Wow.
Brilliant.
Fair play to everyone there, yeah. Well done. I'll just bang that across the bottom of the screen there now. Fair play to everyone. 600. Like, share, subscribe, send it out to everyone. Well done, everyone. So I'm just going to play this one here. We'll come back and talk.
No, I am going to get the pepper here. Is Gavin Pepper here? Is I invited Malachi Stinson here? Is Malachi Stinson here? No. I invited Patrick Whitman here. Is Patrick Whitman here? No. I invited Derek Lloyd to be here. Is Derek Lloyd here? So we all supported their protest. And yes, we all organised this for unity, nationalists and loyalists. Are these real nationalists, I'm asking you? No!
Getting told what to do, it's fucking stupid.
On the verge of the footpath, please come off the curbs because you're going to get injured. It's for your safety.
No. When they come out, we will. When they come out, we'll get off the road.
No, come here. I don't come here.
No, we're still being told what to do. It's not fair. It's not fair. No. No. When they come out. No, when they fucking come out. It's not fair. Still getting told what to do. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. No, we're still being told what to do. Tell them to come out on the move.
Will you stop a second? Will you just listen for 1 second?
We're fucking listening all day.
Will you listen for 1 second?
Sorry, I'm sick of listening.
TDs, no TD or no senator has the courage to come out and face it.
What are we doing here?
We know they're coming at the balls.
Fuck's sake.
Being left into the dog. So the next compromise
We won't let them out.
is the captain of Leinster House is going to take my letter. Yes, he's coming out and he's taking my letter. So will you please cooperate with me, guys, and don't blow it for me. Come on, sister, come on off the streets. Come on here, right? Come on off the streets.
That's bullshit.
Off the streets.
Fucking bullshit. No, I don't think so. It's fucking bullshit, it is. Bullshit. No, when he comes fucking out, you can get off the street.
No, I know. I was in the Middle East, girl. I was in the Middle East. How are you? Like in 92, I was in it. No, better than that. For 6 months.
No, it's not fucking.
There's comments coming in there. If you didn't go in, why talk about it? You're just building divide. I'm not building any divide. I'm just playing a video from today. I'm sure Michelle would want us to play the videos, but I was contacted by Michelle and I told Michelle I was asked to speak there today. And I contacted Michelle and told her I was doing something today. I had something on today. She had no problem.
Yeah, you stuff on with the kids or something today, hadn't you?
Yeah. You know, so get a grip, lads, will you? It's like, you know what I mean?
Well, look, thank God there wasn't any trouble at it anyway, so that's good. You frozen, Paul. You're frozen, Paul.
Don't know what happened there. Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. You just froze.
I froze. Hi, Paul and Orla. I watched it live. Michelle said, no Bloy, no Malachy, etc. Then a woman on the mic shouts, Malachy's up in Supermax watching. Well, they'd be in town, like, you know what I mean? I let it be known today that Murphy's is doing a free barbecue outside the Doll next week. So, Paula, you better tell him to get extra buns.
That's for Martin. Yeah, John Malloy's. Yes, camp out.
Yeah. Paula, I knew you were going to get left into the Doll. I knew they weren't going to get let into the Doll. Yeah, I knew that myself. Why were so many kids getting so many allergies, child vaccines? Yes, we will talk about that later, Michael. Vaccine things. Where were you today? Stop knocking, Michelle. I'm not knocking anyone. Who did we knock? I just played the video. Who's knocking anyone? Nobody is knocking anyone here. You know. So she's gathered all those folks to hand over a letter. Fair play to her. Not knocking anyone, as I said. You know what I mean? She shouldn't have called.
What was in the letter? You know,
I haven't got a clue. But someone is saying that she shouldn't have called out other nationalists like that. It's all about her ego. A lot of people are saying that, you know what I mean? But as I said, I've no problem. They all disappeared when they got near the Doll. Where did they go? Where did they go? The marchers, lol. I don't know. As I said, I watched a bit of it. I didn't get to see it all. She shit herself. She thought the crowd was going to get violent. She didn't know what to do. Okay, I as I said, I don't know. I'm just going by what you people are telling me here in the comments. I don't know much about it. I didn't watch very much of it.
No, I only saw small bit of it as well.
I'm not going to be hating on. I'm not going to. I want to get myself 12 million net worth. Okay. Now, for me reading out that now, it's going to be my fault now, Jaden. You know what I mean? None of the councillors showed up today. Well, let's be honest about it. She was sending them all solicitors' letters, wasn't she, and bringing them to court. Like, why would they show up? Like, I'm just throwing that out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that did happen. You know what I mean? I know the lads did say she was marching with loyalists and she was with loyalists and this, that, and the other. But then she told them that she would give them solicitors' letters. So why would they go in today? I'm sure that's why they didn't go in today. You know what I mean? Everyone should have been there today. I'm ashamed of all of you. Never came.
You're frozen again, Paul. You're frozen again, Paul.
Yeah, I'm back there. I'm back now.
We've said this before. We cannot make every protest. Like this week, my daughter's doing summer camp and I have to pick her up and drop her off. My son is working as well today. We cannot make every protest. You know, we did say, like I said, and you said we had stuff on, we weren't able to make it. I said, hey, Eddie, I said, you know, I'm hoping to make John Malloy's one if I can. I'm just not sure yet. But like we can't make every single protest that comes up, you know. Paul, you're freezing again. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. I just saw a small clip of Michelle going in. So and then it ended. So, you know. Is something wrong with your internet, Paul? He looks this. Are you back yet, Paul? Sorry, guys. I don't have any control over anything. So he's the one who controls all the comments and everything like that. So hopefully he'll be back in a second. I can't even ask people to put up comments. How's everyone? Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's enjoying the good weather. John Malloy's thing is on next weekend, or this weekend actually, isn't it? I think. So hopefully people can make that. Bring a tent. Martin said he'd be doing a bit of cooking. So there'll be loads of vegetarian stuff. Don't worry, like we're not going to have any meat. It's going to be all vegetarian. He's not here to defend himself, so it'll be grand. I'm going to see where Paul is. This is ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I don't know where Paul's disappeared to. My apologies. I don't have any controls over anything that's going on. So, unfortunately, you're still stuck looking at me for a couple of minutes till he comes back. So, that's it. I can't think of anything to say. Where's Michael John and all them when you need him? So, I don't even know what else is coming up. I'm just trying to think. It's John Malloy's. And then we have Aaron as well. Actually, Aaron, that goes under Aaron the Nationalist. He has something coming up in August in relation to talking about mental health, which is really, really important. And a lot of young people are going to be attending that. I think it's in the Garden of Remembrance. So that's really important if people are able to make that. So at least, it'll be something, as I said, it's something very important to talk about, but it'll be something a little bit different, and hopefully the feature. I think, I know I was saying this before, I think it's very important if we try and feature different people speaking on the mics. I mean, look, it's fantastic to hear the likes of Gavin and all them speaking on the mics, but it would be nice to be able to hear people that, are suffering out there between children's disabilities, the homeless, anyone which will say vaccine injured, scoliosis operations, whatever, anything like that. I just think it'd be really important to get those people up and speak. The likes of, we'll say, in relation to the vaccine injured, you've got the likes of Roy Butler, his family, Ava O'Brien, her family, and people like that. It's just something different. It'd be nice to hear just real stories coming from real people. There's a lot of stuff going on out there in relation to healthcare and assessments and all that people don't realise. So I have suggested a couple of times, if anyone ever listens to me, probably not. But my apologies, guys. I don't know where Paul is. So hold on, I'm just going to go see if I can find him. Sorry, guys. I don't know where Paul is. It's like I've lost my co-host. Jeez, I haven't got Ross Live's number. So I was just actually looking over something I came across on X the other day in relation to the EU Immigration Pact. And it was talking about how Ireland is spending, is it 5 million a day? And Hungary is only spending 1 million a day. And they've been told, they didn't sign off on the pact. So, it's actually quite interesting to think, considering we could have opted out, like Denmark, oh, finally, you're back. It's a good thing I can talk.
Internet
Even
is
this
gone
rubbish.
crazy, man. I don't know what's happening. It just gone. And
Yeah,
everything
we weren't
else
even
is
talking about
working.
the shot.
It's just this. What?
Yeah, I know. Actually, can you just pull up what I was talking about there for a second in relation to the EU Immigration Pact, in relation to Ireland and Hungary? Because that's what I was just looking at.
Hold on. Orla. Okay. Which one was it now?
It's a screenshot.
Yeah, of
the Ireland and Hungary in relation to taking in the immigrants.
that's birth rates. Hang on. Scottish woman, no. Gavin Pepper, no. Dazalam, no. No, that's the COVID pandemic.
It's there. It's only from yesterday.
Yesterday. Hold on. Yesterday. Halal mortgages, overcoming midazolam, mortality rates, spike proteins.
It's there. It's there. It's just
Hungry.
it's just a screenshot. Yes, that's it.
This
Probably.
is the Tracy O'Mahony one. Tracy
Yes,
O'Mahony one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just bear with me there.
Is this what I was talking about?
Okay. Ireland, it costs 5 million per day to comply with the EU's open. Costs 1 million per day to tell the EU to get stuffed, but this requires strong leadership and will, neither of which exists in Dáil Éireann. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah. No, but like, just look at that. Like, do you know what I mean? Hungary are saying no, and they only have to pay 1 million a day, and we're letting them all in, and we're paying 5 million a day. Like, how does that make sense? And we could have opted out like Denmark.
We could have opted out. Of course, we could have. Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. Like, do you know? But again, everything's like yes or no, or 3 bags full. Do you know? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I need the cuddles, Michael.
Well, fair play to you. Kept it going there. Fair play to you.
I know, because sorry guys, I'm on my phone, so I can't even look up stuff to talk about. What'd you say?
That's what a good co-host does.
Has anyone got Andy Quirk's number?
I have. Yeah. Andy won't do it. I've asked him. I asked Andy to do your job. Yeah, hold on there. EU, the plague of nations. Yes,
yeah.
And Angie. UN wants Ireland to rerun referendums and remove mother from the constitution again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Like president.
We said no, means no.
Yeah, exactly. Can you still not mention Archie Ennis, who the government ignore? Can you still not mention little Archie Ennis? Who's little Archie Ennis? I don't know who Archie Ennis is, mate. Who the government
I haven't heard of Archie. I'm sorry. No, I was talking about children's disabilities and assessments and all that. So
maybe, yeah.
Chris, please help me.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah. What did that say there? Did you see Mick on Henry Street live this morning?
Who's
McLaughlin,
Mick?
is it? Mick McLaughlin, I'd say it is, live on Henry Street.
Mm-hmm.
He's a singer, he's a bus guy, he's brilliant. He was at the boxing.
Right, okay.
Evening, guys and girls. Sorry, I'm driving. Mousy for Prez. Gripped. What's that? Gripped has a quick snip of Harris. Surprisingly, he said they wouldn't entertain it. I'll get that now in a few minutes. Hold on. Let's pull that down there. Stop sharing. What has Adele to say there? Let me see. The Lisbon Treaty said no to look what happened. Angie, as nice treaty rerun till they get the answer they want. Yes, exactly.
But people need to keep saying no. The more people who stand up and say no, the sooner this crap show stops.
Let me just read this from Adele. Thanks for this, Adele. The trauma on the streets today with the vaccine injured was beyond anything we came across before. We were not prepared for such honesty. Some volunteers are traumatized by the horrific stories. We need support volunteers as we are so past pretending it is not happening. Have
you frozen again?
Injured today, surpassed all that went before. Thanks for that, Adele. But everybody needs to be talking about this. This needs to be going out everywhere.
But this is what I was saying. I've said this on a couple of other shows. Instead of the same people getting up to talk, why are we not having normal people up and telling their stories? Especially the likes of the vaccine injured and people with children with disabilities and assessments and scoliosis and homeless and all that. That's who should be up speaking to these things. Because it just bring it out more. As to what's going on, how bad the state of the bloody country's in.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's true. And I have to say, Wake Up Era do sterling work. Derek Bly can stay in Langerland. Ireland force belongs to the people, not some bricky. Well, he put out a statement this morning. I said I wouldn't. I'm not really going to address it. We'll address it. I'm going to be honest with you. We might do a full live on Friday evening from 9 till 11, and we will address all.
You paused again, Paul.
Yeah, Herman Kelly went at it again this morning, and his minions, his gobshite minions, went at it again this morning. We did nothing wrong in Ireland First. We did nothing wrong in the Irish Freedom Party. This is all fabricated lies, I'm telling you now. And I know for a fact because I was there. Okay. And I stood and I told, I'm not getting into this again. I'm being honest with you. People who know the truth. Okay. People know they can't trust Derek Bloy now as well. I know people have left the court groups and everything else because of Derek Bloy and his lies. Okay, there's nobody talking about Derek Bloy and his dealings with Tommy Robinson and his dealings with Ezra Levent trying to move out of the country and this, that, and the other. Why isn't anyone talking about that? Why is this just Ireland Force and Anthony Casey and Paul Fitzsimons and Martin Murphy? You all need to be looking at the people who's thrown these dispersions at us. Okay, they're the people you need to be talking about. You know what I mean? There's other nationalists there have guarded informants as they're bleeding bodyguards. You know what I mean? So, lads, look a bit further. You know what I mean? Before you start throwing stones at us. You know what I mean? So, as I said, I'm going to do a live show Friday night.
Or even better, sit down and have a conversation instead of putting everything up online.
But there's no
I don't get involved in any infighting or that. Why can't people just sit down and have a conversation and trash it out, and then you're going to know what the story is? You don't go in to a courtroom and listen to one side of an argument and look at their evidence. You listen to both sides, you look at the information, and then you make a decision. And whether you wanted to believe Anthony or you want to believe Derek, that's your own decision afterwards. But at the end of the day, don't listen to one side. And that goes for everything that's been going on over the last few months. You know, but at the end, again, instead of putting things up line, can people not just please sit down and have a conversation like adults? That's it. Hey, Ferg.
Good evening, Paul and all the beautiful patrons. Hope you're all keeping well. God bless you and yours. I have to jump off into 10:15. Can you hang on and play a video then? I will indeed.
No problem. And I'm after giving the shots and people speaking, Ferg, a good shout out. When I was left on my own, Ferg.
Protests are now entertainment, and the world will be watch our demise. Nobody saving us but us. Videos will be used to future generations as record for the Irish demise, just like they did. Yeah, horrific. Trust me, I will. I'll have to talk to you. Barry said
we're all doing our best, right? Like, as I said, I must be the weirdest nationalist out there because I'm always praising others. There is fantastic nationalists in this movement and have been for years and have done fantastic work. Like, instead of pulling people down, can we not lift people up?
Yeah. But it's the same people that's pulling people down all the time. You know what I mean? It's the same people all the time. This lie came from the Irish Freedom Party in December that the two lads tried to take over the party. The two lads didn't try to take over anything. There was 9 people involved in what happened there. 7 of them people were candidates for the Irish Freedom Party. And them people all wanted a leader, a new leader. And then when push came to shove, there was only 4 of us that actually left. You remember that, Orla? And the rest of them stayed on to try and get rid of Herman. And then they tried to get rid of Herman, and they still haven't got rid of Herman. He's still going around saying he's the bleeding president. He's a nobody. And what Herman has done to the nationalist movement, nobody was a bigger advocate for Herman Kelly than me. I thought there was nothing like Herman Kelly, and then I saw what he was really like and what he done and how he turned on the candidates. That's what I didn't like about Herman Kelly, and that's when I started talking up about it. Now, people are still going to keep going on with the lies. That's on you. I stood in Rosslare. We had a big protest in Rosslare. There's about 100 people at it, and we stopped Rosslare. And I stood in that bar. I stood in the bar, and the lad said, "What happened?" And they were all saying Anthony Casey did this and Anthony. I said, "That's not what happened at all." And I told every one of them, 60 of them standing in the bar out the back, and I told them all. And there was 4 lads from the Irish Freedom Party that were there, still members of the Irish Freedom Party, and said, "Yeah, that's all true. Paul's telling the truth." They were all grand with that. Everyone believed it. And now there's probably 10 of them lads spinning the same shite again. You know what I mean? They're after getting on board with the Malachis and the bleeding Hermans and the Eamon Murphys and all the shitheads.
Paul, what did I say earlier on? If you go into a courtroom, there's 2 sides to every story. And let's just say the evidence is there to be seen. If people want to see it, it's there. But it's up to them.
Pure lawyers, let's not go there yet. We have the receipts. Okay, that's grand. We have the receipts. We have all the receipts. Exactly. Thank you, Sarah, for that. But as I said, We will be doing a show. We have to do this, and I'm gonna bring these people on. And if they don't come on, well, then they're telling lies. Okay. Here's the platform to do it. Let's not do it on Spaces. Let's do it here, controlled. Let's bring in Herman Kelly. Let's bring in Derek Bloy. Let's bring in whoever else, Malachy Steenson, and whoever else wants to throw lies and dispersions at us. And we will counteract every one of them. And if there is going to be unity talks, let's all sit in one room. Not just 2 or 3 people from one party and one person from that party. And if there's nationalist talks being talked, if there's nationalist stuff being talked, these are all talking about unity, and you're all talking about people going with loyalists and everything else. Jim Ferguson is supposed to be a loyalist as well, and he's chaired in these talks. He's in on these talks. Come on, lads, wake up and smell the bleeding coffee. You're all being fooled. You're all being told lies by these so-called nationalists. Throwing shade at Derek is not a good look. I'm going to be honest with you. Derek is a lying little piece of shit. Okay, we have the receipts from Derek, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I really don't care about Derek anymore. Derek knows what lies he has told, because we have the receipts here from what Derek has told us. Derek knows what happened. Okay, I'm going to move on from that there now. Hard to hold back.
Yeah, look,
we have it all.
let's move on.
Just hard to hold back. Yeah, we won't be holding back. Okay, I'm not going to hold back anymore. Everything we have on every one of them now is going to be released. Sorry. And you'll see what these true nationalists really are. You know what I mean? The whole bleeding lot of them. So, yeah. Right, what we move on
we're
to
just
now.
we're just all sick and tired of the infighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of us just want to get on with things, and that's it. There's no need for us to down and have a conversation. Simple as that.
It's not infighting. This is not infighting. This is everybody fighting against us, against Anthony Casey, against Martin. They're not giving me stick at all, because they know I did no wrong. They know none of us did any wrong, but it suits them to do this. Oh, Anthony Casey did this and Martin Murphy did this. The lads did nothing. Derek Bloy asked, would Anthony come in and take over the party, because Derek Bloy was doing nothing with the party. We've come into this party, and in 4 months, we've changed this party into one of the top nationalist parties in this country, and they don't like that. That's the problem. We have committees for everything. We're on Zooms every other night. We're working hard at this. We're working very hard at this. You know what I mean? And for little shits like this to come out and tell lies. As I said, we have the receipts, and we will bring the receipts, but we will bring them here on a live debate. And if you want to come into the debate, you come in. If you don't come into the debate, well, then people will see you for the little rats you are. Enough said now. Okay, no more.
Right, let's move on. Let's see. What? Look, I've loads of videos. Suzanne Delaney, I have 2 videos from Gavin Pepper. There's loads of stuff. And then, okay, it's 50. Yeah.
I'm going to play Suzanne.
What time did Thursday was going off? It was at 10:15. He wants Ava's video played.
10:15. I'm not going to play Ava's thing till about 10:15. Till we have up to, geez, we're nearly up to 1,000 there, lads.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm going to play this Suzanne Delaney one, right?
Yes.
This is very good. This is very
good. Yeah, Suzanne is a lady.
31-year-old Dimitris Alenkovs, who's originally from Latvia, began a relationship with his landlady when he first moved into her Dublin home, but that ended after he objected to continuing to have to pay rent. On the 13th and 14th of August 2016, the pair were drinking and taking drugs together in the house along with another tenant. The 2 tenants went to bed, and the landlady used a dial-a-drink service to get more alcohol and also requested cocaine. The court heard that when the courier arrived, he spiked her drink, rendering her comatose and unable to move or speak, though internally she was awake. The courier then proceeded to rape her and left, and when Alenkovs came down the stairs, he saw her naked and he raped her as well. The court heard that the courier was never apprehended. Alenkovs went on trial in October after being extradited from Latvia. He claimed the sex was consensual, but the jury unanimously found him guilty of rape. In her victim impact statement, the complainant described how she thought he was going to help her, saying she was pleading with her eyes for help, and he could see it in her eyes that she didn't want this to happen. She said she felt worthless, as if she was someone not worth helping, something to be used and discarded like rubbish, adding she felt dirty inside and tainted, like she'd never be clean again. Miss Justice Karen O'Connor said today the aggravating factors included the vulnerability of the victim, who was utterly powerless to resist the assault, the breach of trust as Alenkovs was living in her home and socialising with her, and that she thought he'd help her after she was raped by another man, but instead he took advantage of her. She said it was horrific treatment of another human being, which involved humiliation and degradation beyond what would usually be involved in a rape. She took into account what she said was Alenkov's impressive employment history, lack of previous convictions, and the fact he's no family here, which would make prison more difficult for him, and jailed Dimitris Alenkovs for 7 years, backdated to when he was first taken into custody. The court heard the complainant wanted Alenkovs named, but wished to retain her anonymity. Ms Justice O'Connor praised her victim impact statement again and wished her all the best for the future.
Nicole Gernan reporting there. And if you've been affected by any details in that report, help is available at the number on screen now.
That is just horrific.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Imagine a woman to be raped twice. You know, but yet there's no description given of that man, so we know why. And yet, when he was given the sentence, he said, oh, it might be too hard. He's going to prison. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, you should be more worried about the victim. You know, not the assailant. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, Suzanne Delaney with the Irish Inquiry does absolutely fantastic work. Herself and Stephen Kerr, so give them a follow. They're on X and Facebook and I think TikTok, so they do fantastic work.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just do, and this is right what Maura Fahy just said. What did Derek call a march same day as Misha Era, a non-political music Irish culture event same day? Please support Misha Era, meet like-minded people and unite again. Stop the divides. Misha Era is going to be great. Misha Era is happening in Leitrim in I don't know exactly where. I'll pull her up now in a while, but that's Stephen has organised this and Suzanne have organised this and Derek has called the march on the 23rd of August. Why would you call a march the same day as it? When all nationalists would be going to this, you know what I mean? Why do that? You know what I mean? It's all about I'm self-righteous and I'm this, that, and the other. I know I'll call it in Cork. Fuck off. Arseholes, the lot of you. Swear to God. I won't be going to any of your bleeding marches. None of them. I'm being honest with you now. I'm sick with your marching people around in bleeding circles. Stop the country, lads. That's what you need to do. This lack of marching people from the GPO or from the thing around the custom house, and then we all go home. Everyone gets locked. They're all dying sick the next day, and it's bullshit, lads. Bullshit. Oh, it's great to get all like-minded people into one place. Well, there's Misha Era. Let's all go to Misha Era and have the crack down there. Stick your marches up the highest part of your hoop. Sir, Anthony and Martin did nothing wrong. They were approached. Again, we have the voice notes and text not yet released. We'll put them in the ring with Pepper. I would be very wary of fellas who have direct access to media like Virgin Media, Grip Media, and Rebel News. Those media outlets are easily able to control the narrative on people. Yeah. Paul Moyers, they don't say anything about you, Fitzy, because they're afraid of you. And that's it, bud. Yes, that's it.
True.
Because I can bring the receipts. Yeah, I don't get that. I can bring the receipts. They know I have the receipts on every bleeding one of them. And not just them. I have them on others as well. Ireland and our children's futures are gone. Yeah, hey, Daniel. The problem is there's fuck all proper leaders in the national movements. We can't let any two liberals take her. I'm going to be honest with you. Anthony Casey has done savage work with Ireland First since he has taken over as the president. And I'm going to be honest with you. Anthony Casey is he's a figurehead there. Anthony is one man.
You paused again, Paul.
Anthony doesn't. Yeah, I know. I went off for a sec. Anthony wants no credit for anything. Anthony is a spokesperson there. That's all he really is, and that's all he wants to be. Anthony has said this before. He would step aside if something better comes along. But there's nothing better out there at the minute. We are one of the best nationalist parties in the country, and they know that, and they fear that. That's the problem here. They want to bring in the socialist, capitalist, bleeding workers' party, new, Grana Herd and shite. Walk away, lads. Let's see how that goes. There was a friend of mine got on to me last week, and me and him had a sit-down conversation. And I was to bring this to the AC. We didn't have a meeting, but his whole plan was, let's have a vote. We have 20,000 people at the Custom House. Let's have a vote on that day where we can vote on who you want to come in, who you want to be in this new party. And it's a new party. Let's vote on it that day. Let's vote who you want to be the leader. Say it be Paul Fitzsimons, Anthony Casey, Malachy Steenson, or whatever. but we get everyone on that day to vote, because there's 20,000 nationalists there now, set up tables, do the whole lot. I think it's a great idea. And you'll sort the men out from the boys. And because people are going there, people are not going there for Malachy Steenson. People are going there for Gavin Pepper. They're going there for me. They're going there for Derek Blood. They're going there for different people. So let's have a vote on that day, and let's see who wins that vote. And whoever wins that vote then runs the whole, I'm not saying runs the council. You do a council of 12, and then everything gets decided through that council of 12. You know what I mean? You don't, there's no one leader the way it is now. Oh, Malachy calls a protest. Oh, lovely. We all have to go to Malachy's protest. No, we don't. You know what I mean? We called the protest in Limerick, and they wouldn't back us in Limerick because, he called that. Anthony Casey didn't call anything. It was Limerick Says No called that. The Says No group called their own protest. And if we want to go in there and help them, if they ask us for their help, we will go in and help them people. End of story. And there's nobody going to stop us from going anywhere. And that's Shin and Adina as well. Nobody's going to stop us. I don't give a shit who you are. You little plastic bleeding gangsters and whatever else. Garda informants and everything else. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, Suzanne is a lady. Support her partner Stephen Kerr's event on the 23rd. A great,
100%.
yeah. I hope, and we will be supporting it, and I'll be pushing that out now for the next couple of weeks.
And I was talking about Aaron the Nationalist. He's got that mental health protest or rally that's going to be in August as well, and that. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, for once, can we not start praising instead of pulling down other people? I mean, that would be just something nice to do, maybe. Make a nice change anyway.
This is it. You know what I mean? How long do you think couple would be together after you feel comfortable farting in front of each other?
How romantic.
Yeah. I remember my mate telling me, Jesus Christ, this one is, he got married. She never used to fart before I got married. I'd say, what? You having a laugh? Yeah.
She didn't have to behave herself then, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember someone else telling me, thank you, Paul Fitzpatrick. It's Fitzsimons, Maura, but yeah, no problem. We will be. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to find
So, do you want to start with 2 videos from Gavin? Let's get one of them up. Then we'll do another one a little while later. Because anything from Gavin is always good.
Orla, Paul needs a massage. Sort him. It's all right. I have that sorted.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. Hang on, just go through here. You don't get a mic. What's the motivation? Self-promotion. It is self-promotion. You know what I mean? I couldn't give a shit whether I got a mic ever again. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? If I have something to say, I'll say it. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about the mics. You know what I mean? Like, we can talk here. I can talk here. There's more people watching me here than what there is on the mic, you know? Why did Malachy call a counter protest against John Malloy, one of the Gardener members? You supported that, Paul Fitzsimons. I did. I supported both of them. I put the both of them out. I did put the both of them out. No, I did. Yeah. And I tried to get John to call his off until 2 o'clock, or to do his at 12 o'clock. So that's not very fair, Paul. You know what I mean? That's not fair at all. You know?
But John's was announced first.
John's was announced first.
Announced it. Yeah. John's was
the same way as this one here is announced first. And you think they would have learned by the mistake the last time. Why do this? You know what I mean? Why do it again?
Yeah.
The question is, Ireland, are you ready to fight or continue to hide like sissies? Yes, I'm ready to fight. Yep, got all the numbers to block access to Dublin City Centre, Dublin Port, and Dublin. Yes, exactly. This is what we need to do. We have the numbers for that. So why are we marching around? Why are we walking around in circles and going, oh, singing Kumbaya, sitting there, woohoo? It's not, that's doing nothing for us. Are we going to do this for another 4 years and then we'll vote in these people again? Because that's all they want is votes. Like, I couldn't give a shit. I'm not going to run again unless I have to run again. You know what I mean? But I'd rather get behind some kid now that has a good brain and
me too.
Yeah. Okay. Pause. Simons. Okay.
Pause. Yeah, exactly. That's what he is tonight.
Who's controlled? I'm controlled. Lads, there's nobody controls me. Trust me. There's nobody that controls me.
He's probably talking to somebody else.
I hope he is talking to somebody else. Because Ireland First and the National Party are the lady hope for Ireland. Boycott all non-Irish businesses and block up Dublin morning, noon and night. Yes, I agree with you. But again, nobody wants to talk to us because because people are telling lies about us. You know what I mean? That's what's happening here. Nobody wants to talk to us about this. We will do this, and we have Sinn Féin Dina back. We have Sinn Féin Dina backing us as well. I'm not saying back in the party, but we can get Sinn Féin Dina to help do this. If we get enough people out on the ground, we can do this. Jane, though, Orla, you can stay in mind if you're going to miss your Orla, and if Paul calms down, by then he can't do.
Jane, we'll stick him in the shed. He'll be grand. This is in Leitrim. I went to school in Leitrim in Carrigallen, and secondary school there.
Legend Paul Fitzpatrick, that's the loudest laugh I've had while up their hoops. You can have a dormer room, a group of you, Stephen Kerr, Roy Dale, and have the guests Anthony Casey, Paul Fitzsimons, Orla Donohoe. You will enjoy guaranteed Michelle Erda, Loch Allen, Leitrim 23rd of August, all day events. Thank you, Maura. We'll pump that out
Maura.
again. Yeah, we will. So there you have it. Misha Era, Loch Allen, Leitrim, the 23rd of August, all day events. There's singing, there's ice cream vans, there's stuff for the kids, there's everything. So yeah, I think that could be a plan. It's a plan for me because I'm not going to Cork. I couldn't give a shit about Cork. You can stick it right up the hoops. You're right. Yeah. We'll push along here. What did we say there? Sorry for ranting on.
I was saying there's 2 videos from Gavin, so let's get one of them done.
Gavin, okay, is it the Coolock one? Boom, 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 boom.
And then like one that looks like a taxi as well.
Yeah, I have that taxi one there. I'll play that, but I'll play the Coolock Village one first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whichever one first, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
How are you folks? Councillor Gavin Pepper here. Another day, another scandal. We're here in Coolock Village. Look at this. Big block of apartments, still empty. What's going on? This was meant to be ran by Respond. It went back in Choice Space, let them back in March. Months this is ready, but they don't seem to have the money to finish it off or something. Because why is it empty in the middle of a housing crisis? This makes no sense. We all know James Brown has cut the funding for social housing across the board. Shangan not getting done. You had the ready mix building down in East Wall. Where's the social housing there? They've no money to build social housing. They've no money for the tenant in situ scheme that kept people from being evicted from their homes. But they've plenty of money for Mel Sutcliffe and Banty McInerney and Dave Mooney. They've plenty of money, 145 million to buy the City West Hotel. They've plenty of money for a 1.2 million security hut at the Dáil, for a 336 grand bike shed that holds about 20 bikes at the Dáil. They've no money for these things, the social housing, but they've the money for that. How come migrants in this country are getting better treated than the Irish people? What's going on? Because Mel Sutcliffe's cheque won't be late. He got 38 million in the last year alone. That's just for one building. What is happening? You're being means tested for a medical card. You're being means tested for carers. There's no school places for children. Creches are shutting down. It's nearly $3,000 extra a year to get shopping. Messages. Your kids are on sofas trying to buy a house, trying to rent a house. Cost rental is too high. We vulture funds like Pepper Finance and Mars Capital evicting families so they can sell the house at massive profits. 500 grand nearly for the house. What's going on? And we're in the middle of a housing crisis, and we have people desperate for a social house, and they don't want to build them. There seems to be no money for it. 700 million bailout for RTE, but yet what do they put on the news? They talk about Iran and other countries, not about the problems in their country. And then you have the fake opposition, as I call them. People before profit, Social Democrats, Sinn Féin, the Labour, and the Soc Dems. What will they do? They will call for a big protest in town about housing. And they'll say, housing for all, right? Will they support bringing in 30,000 minimum a year, immigrants every year, who are now sleeping on the canal because there's no room for them? They're in tents everywhere. You can't house them. And yet we have a housing crisis with thousands of our own people not being housed. So that makes no sense. There's not enough supply to meet demand. This is all EU, do what you're told. That's the EU are trying to bring in hate speech now, push it, force it upon you, so people like me can't speak out about this. So the rich people can open their mouth. They want to silence you from speaking out to look after their rich buddies. Remember something, if there was no Simon community, no Focus Ireland, if you had none of them and homelessness was cured and you housed everybody, these people wouldn't have jobs. This is about jobs for the boys. It's approved housing bodies. 25-year leases, a lot of these are. They're not forever homes. So we don't need NAPCO Cloud. The government should be just using the council to look after social housing. We need blocks of apartments and new estates for people with the proper infrastructure. But no, they leave you on a hospital trolley waiting to be seen. No medical card, no nothing. What's happening in your country? Don't give up and fight back against this government because they don't care about you. House their people and finish this building.
Good man, Gavin.
Good man, Gavin.
And it's actually very interesting that he said there about Mel Sutcliffe, because obviously we only featured him last week in relation to the Avon down in Blessington, because he owns that as well. But there's a guy down here in Carlow called Joe Germain. He has the Clink Boutique, and he's part owner of Toher's restaurant. And he got 37 million last year as well.
Isn't it? You know, it beggars belief.
And what's to do with it? Like, you don't see them putting anything back into the town or doing anything of any benefit. No, lining their own pockets. You know?
Exactly. It's disgusting what they're doing. But they're all doing it. Like your man that owns Town B, he was bailed out to the tune of 43 million by NAMA. You know what I mean? He owed for 43 million. And this is the guy who has Crown Paints. This is the guy who bought up half of Clonmel Town. You know what I mean? These guys are getting these contracts. As Nick Delahanty said, like, these guys living in these iPass centres who have companies who are leasing out these iPass centres to people. Like, it makes no sense, like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to have to take that off Gavin Pepper. He's the hardest working man out there, the hardest working councillor and nationalist out there. And I have to say, Tom is as well. Tom is a good man. He puts in the hours around Kildare and everything else.
Oh, Tom McDonald,
Like,
he is.
That's my constituency where Gavin done that yesterday. You know what I mean? But he's everywhere. He's there. He's in town. He's in East Wall. He's over in Rathmines. The chap is everywhere. And people have the neck to talk about him. He's the only one who's doing anything in this country. You know what I mean? And I can see him getting sick of these. I think he's sick of these rallies as well, to be honest with you. Sick of them. We all are. I've had it with them now, I'm being honest with you. Hi, folks. Derek Bly. Remember, Derek Bly was running for EU position. He put out 2 votes. Okay. I don't know what you mean. I know Chris Bourne, but it's 50-50 if you know what I mean. Okay. Paul, workers put down their tools for a couple of days. Yes. But people won't do that, Martin. That's the thing. People won't do this. You know what I mean? They're afraid of losing their jobs and they're afraid of doing this. The unions have this country in a mess. The government control the unions. The NGOs control the unions. You look at any of these top NGOs, they're all union run. You know what I mean? They get the gay pride.
And what's been spent? What did Nick say? Was it 6 billion has been spent on NGOs?
It's more. It's nearly 8 billion.
Yeah. Imagine that being spent on NGOs. Like, you know, and then we have children that can't even get operations. It's just unbelievable.
Anne Marita, I'm certainly not going to any more monarchy stays in March. In my opinion, they're a complete waste of time and achieve absolutely nothing. Nothing. It gets a lot of people together. It brings you up. COE make a bleeding fortune off the trains. It's costing you a fortune for petrol. You know what I mean? You have to come up to get a hotel, 300 quid to stay in a hotel. Are you all mental? Let them do their own bleeding marches. What we need to do, I've said this before, the people of Dublin City need to block the port. The people of Ballyfermot and whatever need to stop the train station, Euston Station. The people of Cork need to block everything in Cork. There's different parts of Cork need to be blocked. That's what needs to be done. The people of Coolock and Swords need to block the airport. It's easily done, people. It is easily done. But yet, no, let's all march. Let's all go to the Garden of Remembrance and walk down the O'Connell Street and get abused by a load of lefty lunatics. You know what I mean? No more, people. And I think it's a mental if you are going to do that. Now, I'll get loads of stick over this. Oh, Paul is trying to stop the marches. The marches are a load of shit, lads. A load of shit. They're getting nothing done. The government are afraid. The government are laughing at you through the bleeding curtains. Yeah, get out, you gobshites. That's it. No more time for walking up and down anymore. The country's falling fast. We need action. I'm nearly 57, for fuck's sake. Fight. I'm 56. I'm nearly 57 myself. I'll fight. That's what we need. Paul O'Neill, what's Paul saying? Some of us have been screaming from the rooftops since Malachy took over East Wall. His a wronging. his Marxist commie pretending he's a nationalist. Yeah, well, a lot of people have been saying that. I've been dragged into it as well. I've been fooled by all of this as well, and I'm not being fooled anymore. You know what I mean? They're all singing off the same hymn. Anyone who's trying to do good here and call good protests, they're all being brandished as plants and this and that. I'm not a plant. I'm here. I'm here to win this.
Never, right, Paul, I've just sent you on a video. Play that video. This is what we need to be fighting for. Not fighting each other, not arguing among each other. This is what we need to be fighting for. I've just sent it over there.
Let me open it.
This is not just a scandal. This is the...
Okay. It's this young one.
Yes.
This child, is it? Okay.
It's about her brother.
Okay, let's play this. Dun, 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 dun.
Just a scandal. This is the reality for my 14-year-old brother Daniel, and for children like him across the country who have been failed by Ireland's healthcare system.
Sound, Ari?
Little bit up.
The number of disabilities, spina bifida, epilepsy, autism, to name a few. 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with scoliosis and marked as an urgent case. He's been waiting years for urgent surgery. Not optional, not elective, urgent. And still, we have heard nothing. We've been raising the alarm for weeks now. Daniel's story has been covered on radio, published in newspapers, and shared all across social media. We've spoken to anybody who would listen. Politicians, journalists, campaigners, parents advocacy groups. Because while the system delays, Daniel is the one suffering. He lives in pain every single day while we're left fighting for answers. Answers we are entitled to. And finally, parents' fears have been confirmed. HICRA released a report yesterday, April 8th, 2025, exposing serious failures in how children's spinal surgeries were handled in Ireland, especially in Hemel Street, and what they found was horrifying. Children, some with conditions like Daniel, were implanted with non-medical grade metal springs, the kind you find in a hardware shop. These were experimental surgeries. The devices were not approved. Families were not told. There was no proper oversight, no informed consent, nothing. HICRA found that the hospital had no functioning governance over how these new implants were introduced. Staff raised red flags and were ignored. And now surgeries in Hemel Street, spinal surgeries, have been suspended because the system is finally admitting that it can't guarantee children's safety. But where does this leave Daniel and children like him? Daniel has been waiting for over a year. His scoliosis has progressed beyond 90 degrees. He can't sit for long periods of time. He can't lie flat. He is in constant pain. And now, because of this scandal, he's stuck in the middle. No surgery, no plans, no answers. He is just a child. They are all just children. But he is paying the price for years of mismanagement, secrecy, and silence. This report proves what parents and advocacy groups have been saying all along. The system has failed children like Daniel. And unless something changes right now, it will continue to fail them. So please, we are begging you, sign our petition linked in my bio to secure a date for Daniel's surgery and share his story. Daniel should be recovering, not waiting, not hurting, not forgotten. Let this report and Daniel's story be the turning point for Daniel and for every single child that has been left behind.
That's exactly what we're fighting for.
This is what I'm talking about. Like all those people out there that are up fighting online and just that utter nonsense. That young lad cannot get an operation. We have one enemy out there, and that's our government. And that's who we should be fighting against. Can you imagine the pain that young lad is in? And his life has been absolutely destroyed because we have the biggest useless crowd in the Dáil. And that is who we should be concentrating on instead of fighting among ourselves. Do you know? And this is what needs to be done. This is why I've said time and time again, you know, the likes of that girl or her parents should be up speaking about that young lad and really highlighting what is going on out there and how bad things are, you know, in relation to these children. This country is an utter joke, but our real enemy is this government. And that's who we should be concentrating on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just catching up on some of these now. Listen, I'm going to look here and see. Let me just see this now. What have we got? What date have we got? Tuesday the 22nd. We need to do it midweek. We need to do it on a Wednesday, say the 30th of July. That gives you what? 1, 2, 3 weeks to organise this, to shut down the whole country. You know what I'm saying? 30th of July could shut down this whole country. I think that's what needs to be done. So we need to get our arse in gear here, lads. You know what I mean? And the people who need to be involved here need to get involved in this. Contact me here because I will help out with this any way I can. And I think the Says No groups will get involved with this as well. And I think Shin and Adina will get involved in this as well. So I'm going to put it to the lads now tomorrow and whoever else I'm talking to tomorrow. The 30th of July is the National Shutdown Day. And I think that's what we need to do. So I'm going to throw it out there, people. If you agree with that, like we've a couple, what have we got here now? We've 1,100 people watching this here now. So if you 30th of July, count me in. Fair play, Drew. Thanks very much. The 30th of July, I think, should be the day of the national shutdown in Cork, Dublin, Limerick, everywhere around the country. You know, that's what I think we should do. We don't need to be with loyalists or we don't need to be with anyone. We've enough people here ourselves. People are going to call you this, that, and the other, but we've enough nationalists in this country to shut down this whole country. So I think the 30th will be the day. Advocate, the 30th, us too short notice, 30th of August, give you more time to organise.
Now, the only thing with the 30th of August, that's literally when schools are back. So that'll pull a lot of people off.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking July. You know, I think July. I think the 30th, I think 3 weeks is enough time. Like they've called these marches and we don't need to get the numbers out that Malachy gets, the 20,000 or the 30,000. Someone said there earlier on that the numbers will start to dwindle. The numbers have dwindled. There was no way there was the same amount of people that was at the 26th of April, March. No way. And Malachy came out and said, oh, there was nearly 50,000. There was more today. No, there wasn't. Stop talking shy talk. You know what I mean? It was bullshit you're talking about. You know what I mean? No, there was no way it was the same. And people walked off. People didn't even want to listen to some of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? 30th, 100%. Yeah, I think the 30th. Yeah, Enzo, fair play.
Well, that's a good 3 weeks away.
Yes. It's 3 weeks away tomorrow. I think this could be a big, big protest that we could push and get this out. And if Malachy and his crew don't want to get involved in it, we have enough to do. And anyway, we don't need to go under Grana Herd and we don't need to go under the nationalist banner or any other banner. We'll do it ourselves. Let's do it. Flame Chef, 30 July it is. So, yeah, okay. Well, you've heard it here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to push for this. 30 July. We'll get someone to do it.
Hold on.
Banners.
Go back there to Anna Marie.
Anna Marie. Hang on. Anna Marie.
There.
I have chronic pain. I find it hard to cope with times, but for a child to be pure evil personified, it is.
It is.
And this all needs to be stopped. This government, everything needs to be shut down.
They are our enemy. This is who we need to be fighting. You know? Third
eyes there. What's that? Sorry. Was at the first protest back in 2018 with Vermin, and I had him copped that night. Maybe I should be president. I'd do it for Ireland. Listen, we'd all do it for Ireland. It seems Mary Lou is going to throw her name into the hat as well. Have you seen this?
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah. But she'll get the vote. You know what I mean? How are you, Sean? How's things? Count me in.
Hey,
okay,
Sean, how are you getting on? How are you getting on with your part 2 of your video? I'm waiting for the part 2 of your video.
Yeah. There we go. Fiona Barry, and yes, many children from Palestine and SH as for families over here for surgery.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
We need to be looking after our own children.
Yeah. Yes, count me in, Padier's Irish Mammy, and we don't need flags either. Listen, flags, it doesn't matter whether you have flags or not. We need people, and we need trucks, and we need tractors, and we need motorbikes, and we need taxis. We need everyone.
Hold on. Depends on who brings the flags.
palsy there all of a sudden, Orla. What did you say?
No, you're back. I said it
Go on.
depends on who brings the flags.
Yeah. I'm sure
If
Andy
Andy
will help
brings
us
the
out with
flags,
flags.
your flags are more than welcome.
But again, we don't need, listen, we need people. We need patriots. We need nationalists. That's who we need. We need people there to do this. And trucks and tractors. And I've been talking to people from Mullingar and Athlone and the whole lot, and they said they know people that have trucks and tractors that will do this for us. So listen,
Yeah.
I think this is it. Yeah. 30th of July is fine. Yeah, I think it is as well. Shut down the airports. And we're giving people 3 weeks now, the 30th of July. Don't go on holidays on the 30th of July, lads. Or don't come back from your holidays on the 30th of July, because it's going to be shut down. You're not going to get in or out of the airport. You're not going to get in and out of Euston Station. You're not going to get in and out of Dublin Port or Cork Port. So this is what has to be done. Shut down the whole country. So I think this is where we make our stand. This is it. End of story. This will be our Independence Day. Shut down everything. How do you mobilise? We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll have to get it onto a few people tomorrow. And but I think we've enough people. We don't need to be going to, just put it out to people. Put it out. National march to shut down the whole country. Rob, Paul, will you shift me, mate? She says you are the best looking beetroot she has ever seen.
He's getting all hot and bothered, so he is.
Yeah, I'm passionate about this, because this should have been done, lad. This should have been done ages ago. You know what I mean? And people are asking me, Paul, why don't you call it? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because all of these are the nationalists. You have to go under the nationalist banner. You don't have to go under any banner. You put this out and the people will come. As Noah was at Noah's Ark, the people will come. You know what I mean?
Well, ERA is our banner. Simple as that.
ERA is our banner. Yes, exactly. Now you have it. Airports, we should not rubbish other patriots. I'm not rubbishing anyone's efforts. I'm not rubbishing anyone's efforts, but this needs to be done on the 30th of July. So I'm asking all nationalists, all patriots, come out to this. And please help us. Everybody needs to come on board on this. You know what I mean? Whether you like someone or you don't like someone, I don't give a shit. I'll stand beside anyone for this day. I really don't care. This needs to be done. The country needs to be shut down. End of story. Kevin Coyle. Was there not a national walkout of day planned for some stage? What happened to that? Exactly, Kevin. Nothing happened. You know what I mean? Nothing happened. So this is why we need to push this now. Airports, major routes, roads, container yards, etc. M50, the whole lot. Everything stops on Wednesday, the 30th of July. So, lads, take the day off. Take the day off, because you won't be getting into work on that day. 30th. Great day for it. Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
Faith, I agree with everything you're saying, Paul. I'm
Hey,
sick
Faith.
of Mark. So am I. Yeah. Paul O'Neill, Dinny, 100% true Irish flags, the whole lot. Yeah, the 30th is fine. Yeah, I think the 30th is a good day. I really do. Paul. First day, the Dáil return. Let's do it, Paul. Is that the 30th of July? No. First day, the Dáil return. Let's do it, Paul. Yeah. Don't mind about the Dáil. Like, just shut the country down. They'll have to come back. You know what I mean? No airports will turn public against us when they miss flights for their kids can't get home. Lads, I'm sorry. This has to be done. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Rumpel, Foreskin, or whatever your name is. This has to be done. There's people sitting at home here now that don't watch the show or don't give a shit about what's going on. If them people need to be, you know what I mean? They need to see the people are talking here tonight. The people are doing this on the 30th. End the story. I'm sorry. That's the way it has to be. Some people, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelette, mate. You know what I mean? So that's what needs to be done. I'll be there. I'll join Shin and Adina today. Yeah, no problem, Al. That's all you have to do. And I'm going to put it up there now. I'll put the banner up there. Shin and Adina. Shinandadina.ie. There you go. www.shinandadina.ie. But we don't need all the Shin and Adina, lads. We'll have enough patriots. I'm telling you now, we will. If this goes out, we're up to 1,200 there now, people. Fair play to you. Keep sharing this out, people. We're up to 1,200 there already. Well, already. We're an hour and 19 minutes in.
Right. Do you want to go back in and see? Let's keep going. What we have to get through.
Yeah, I know. We ran this. Yeah. Well, 500 Dubliners came out at short notice to stop Muslim march at the GPO. So, yes, maybe 3 weeks is enough time to organise. It's definitely enough time to organise. There's enough lads out there. You have all the lads out there, all the TikTokers out there. Get your shit up on TikTok. We'll get a banner together, a whole national shutdown of the country, and that's it. End of story. You don't have to come to Dublin. If you're from Cork, you do it in Cork. If you're from Dublin, you do it in Dublin. If you're from Carlow or anywhere else, and you just do it in your own county. That's all we need to do. We need to mobilise in our own counties. Am I boring you, Orla? Sorry. No one cares about your battles. We all care about is Ireland. Yes. Okay. Graham Carey is a top fella. Graham is a top fella. I like Graham, and I always had time for Graham. But they shut Graham down. They probably shut me down now tonight. Watch. Boom. I'll have nothing. Everything will go tonight. Watch.
You'll be in prison tomorrow.
I'll be in prison tomorrow. Ireland are a mixture of Celtic and Boer. You need to be more confident. Okay. Sean Brown. Sorry for being tetchy. Kevin Coyle. Yeah. Okay. Paul, will you be me mate? She loves your beat. Who's she? Your missus? Can we do people easier? Can't people can do that too easier with kids a driving one? Yes. Okay. Port Tunnel shut down the movement of the precious goods. Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
30th of July is enough notice. What day is the 30th? It's a Wednesday. It's midweek.
Yeah.
It's the 30th of July. It's 3 weeks from tomorrow. I think we'll get a banner going. We'll get one done this evening, and we'll get it up. We'll get it up in the morning, and we'll see how we go from that. But I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it. This needs to be done. So yeah. Shut her down. That's the way to go. Yes, I agree. Boom. Don't call the government. Don't call the government because they are not. Call them
traitors. Yeah. True, Del.
Yeah. Graham Carey is a good man. Yes, well, Graham can come on board as well, Russ. 30th in the calendar. Fair play to Dave. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing. Yeah, Faith, I'll be there. Jesus, we're getting loads of people that'll be there. Fair play to everyone. Let me just see what's been sent in there. The summer recess in 2025 is scheduled to begin on Thursday, July the 3rd, 2025, and will end on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Dáil will resume on Wednesday, the 10th, the House of the Rock Tipley race. On the 30th of July, 2024, in Orla, the Cork LGBTT plus Pride Festival will be starting. It runs from the 30th of August, from the July 30th to August 6th. Shut that down as well. Same day. Shut it all down. Nobody moves anywhere in the country. End of story. The Dáil will be closed. Yeah, they'll have to come back.
Right.
If the country is shut down.
You paused, Paul.
Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, I paused again. There's no one who aligns with my ethos of the president election. I'm not voting, and I've always voted. Yeah, I might run myself. Airports, Port Tunnel, M50, Toll, Connolly, and Euston. Everywhere gets stopped. Yes, everywhere. Yeah, slurry and loads of them. Yes, I think, yeah, that's what we should do. 30th is perfect. Galacticus, fuck that sentence up. Swear I'm not drunk. Look, Ireland belongs to the Irish. If the Irish want to shut their country down, then that's their right. Yes, we will do that. Where are you? We are with you, Paul. Thanks, Del. Fair play to you. Well said, sir. Well said, Paul. Thank you. Paul, shut down there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Lads, there's millions of these comments coming in here, and I can't get through them all. Paul, Friday, the 1st of August, is the biggest bank holiday movement of the year. Listen. Yeah.
But is that the bank holiday weekend? Like, definitely.
Weekend. Yeah. I think we'll do it on the Wednesday. I think the 30th is even better again.
Yeah, but it's not like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, no, we'll do it on the Wednesday and let them see it can be done. You know what I mean? So we might be still there. We might be still there on the Friday. You never know. The country will be just shut down. End of story.
There'll be a mad joy.
Yeah, Martin could be doing
Martin will be cooking for us.
Shut down Dublin Airport on the 28th of July because I'm coming on holiday on the 21st and the 28th.
Yeah.
Count me in. Everyone is saying count them in. Fair play to everyone. Yes. Fuck the bank holiday. Yes, exactly.
Go back to the last comment there about the travellers.
Travellers. I don't know. What does the country achieve?
The one before that. Can't remember what name it was under. I just saw something about.
I'll be there. If the Dáil is closed, we can squat there. Yeah.
It was something about something to do with travellers, but I don't know if they meant travellers as in people travelling or travellers. I'm not sure. They went by too fast.
One day blockade or shutdown will cost the government millions. Imagine what a week or a month could do. The government would have no option but to address our issues on immigration, housing, and hospitals. Yes, I agree.
And education, children's assessments, medical cards,
everything.
carers,
Everybody.
looking after the elderly, the vaccine injured.
You get someone to speak at every protest. Everywhere was stopped, someone will speak. Someone will get up and talk. Someone will. Yeah, that's what we do, and that's how we do it. I wish I could go stick to the 30th. I am sticking to the 30th. I am. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Travellers will come out also. Is that what you're saying, Orla?
No, that wasn't the comment. See, it just went by so fast. I didn't get to read it properly.
Some people are unreal. Fucking bank holiday. You're taking the piss. Yeah.
The country's been destroyed. So
don't do passenger airports. It will turn the public against us. The public are already against us, mate. There's nobody helping us here. There's nobody going to ride in on a bleeding white horse and help us. The public are not with us on this. We get 20 or 30,000 people out to protest. That's it. So we need to shut down everything. Get them people out and shut down everything. End of story. That's it. Government have plenty of money. Yes, they have. Okay, Orla, I better
right. Well, let's go and go back to there's loads of stuff.
Oh yeah, we've another. Yeah, we've. Okay, we've done the Michelle Kane one. Yeah, let's get rid of that. The game and attacked. Okay, 14%.
Oh yeah, remember we wanted to watch that, and so I downloaded. So this is set in Spain.
Being attacked. Was that in Spain?
Okay, yes, remember the video wouldn't work, so I screen recorded it.
But this is what's coming here, like, you know what I mean? Like, and gays for Palestine and gays for refugees welcome.
Exactly.
This is what's
he was actually, I think he was something like the Social Democrats or Social Liberals or something
Democrats
like that.
councillor in Spain. That's exactly who he was, yeah.
Yeah, and look what happened to him.
Yeah.
Vete de aquí. No, vete. Ya. No venga la policía. Evítalo. Evítalo. Vámonos. No me pito. Hasta que no venga la policía. Por favor. Ya está la vea.
So that's what happens to, you know.
Exactly, and they'll be up there waving the flags. Now, there's another one on halal mortgages, and then there's another one then about the businesses, the foreign businesses. I think that's what I have them labelled as.
Yeah, Fitz are there. Prayer meetings on every port, motorway, and airport, July 30th. Do everything. Rosary beads. Bring your rosary beads. Bring your flags. Bring your tents. Bring whatever you want. Once it's shut down, that's it. End of story. There's not enough guards in the country to stop us doing this, lads, by the way. There's not enough army even in the country if they amalgamate with them. This will be epic. This will be biblical. So this needs to be done. Orla, travellers destroyed migrant tent site next to my grandma's house. See Derek Donohoe. Yeah, I seen one in Selbridge getting wrecked last week as well. It seems one of the travellers took out a man's eye or something like that. So I heard. Be careful, Michelle. Be careful. Michelle will call one the week before. Listen, if she does, she does. I don't really care. You know what I mean? We know which one we're going to. We know what we're doing. Hard to tell these days. Mark, the spark saw that, bud. Yeah, Mark, the spark. Okay, what was the other one you said to me there?
I said halal mortgages, and then there's a one with, I think, foreign businesses is the label underneath it.
Oh, this is Mark sending me that. Halal mortgages. Mike Eden there. Climate change. Halal mortgages. Was that the Mick O'Keefe one?
One of them is, yeah. I'm not sure if it's that one or the foreign businesses.
Okay. No, Mick O'Keefe. Mick O'Keefe was both of them. Well,
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I have this one here. Let's share this one out here. The halal mortgages. I'm just all pumped up now for this 30th now. I could finish up now. I could now and just say, yeah, we're down the 30th. Get this poster done. I'm actually going to text someone now to do a poster for me. Present.
That comment's right. France and Italy are in bits, yeah.
Everywhere is in bits, Orla. Everywhere is in bits.
I know.
7,000 in the army. 7,000 in the army. Not enough. Bits,
Yeah, I know.
not enough for all of us. There's not enough for all of us. And like, yeah, not enough. You up Dundalk. We need the people of Dundalk. Yeah, we need everywhere. The whole country needs to shut down. Everywhere. Halal pork. I'd rather dress like Cardi off the horror movie. Okay, we play this and we'll come back.
Okay.
Here we go. This is only the start of it. Own your dream home the halal way. Ethical, interest-free home financing designed for the Muslim community in Ireland. I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think you could do that. There you go. Join our growing community. To launch a halal mortgage service, we require at least 1,000 applicants. About us, Halal Mortgage is proud to be the first provider of Sharia-compliant home financing in Ireland. What the fuck? We are developing innovative home financing options that strictly adhere to Islamic principles, ensuring no involvement of interest, riba, and upholding the highest standards of ethical finance. Our mission is to make home ownership accessible and inclusive for all of Ireland's Muslim community. We understand the unique challenges you are facing to find financial solutions that align with your faith, and we are here to provide a halal alternative that empowers you to achieve your dreams without compromise. Imagine saying we have a bank that only Christians can apply to for mortgages. Like, it just wouldn't be allowed. But yeah, here we are, a halal mortgage service in Ireland. Unfucking believable. Every indication is just here to take over. Every single indication.
Well, isn't that marvellous? And I'm sure everyone that is struggling to get a mortgage will be delighted to hear that now. And especially when they don't have to pay interest rates. Isn't that just fantastic?
Yeah, we'd all love that, wouldn't we?
And then don't forget, they can open up a business next door and get 60 grand for 3 years.
Sorry, root leg. Halal mortgages first came into Ireland via Bank of Ireland. Bank of Ireland repackaged the product, and then there is now selling under the company a different name. Do people remember who sits over the Bank of Ireland, the Committee of 300, the Club of Rome? There's still all stems back to the George Soros and co. Yes, it does. Now Ferg is just getting on. Ferg's in with me now, so I'm gonna Dave Daly. I think Michelle's doing a good job. She's getting support, people on the streets, and John Malloy is doing a good job too. Lads, remember Michelle and John are doing their best. Yes, and listen, I've been pushing them all. I've been pushing everyone. Like this, we push everyone here. We put out everyone's stuff here. You know what I mean? I don't pick and choose who I want to put out. I'm not like the rest of them. You know what I mean? I don't. How would you say? I don't pick and choose who I promote. We're all nationalists, so I promote all nationalists. It doesn't matter whether I get on with you or not, I still promote you. You know what I mean? And I don't, there's nobody that I don't get on with. You know what I mean? I get on well with everyone. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Hang on
if we don't keep going, Paul, me and you'll be falling out.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that as well, yeah. I tell you, we have
I
a few
literally
minutes.
know earlier on we'll be having a row later.
Yeah. I don't know whether Ferg's only at the coming in there now, but Ferg, we're at the calling. I'm at the calling a national shutdown for the 30th of July. Everyone's on board with it, so I think we should do it. So what do you think yourself? But I tell you what I'm going to do. This young lady, I want to actually read this out.
This is Ava O'Brien.
Ava O'Brien, yeah, I have it here. I'm going to play it now in a minute. But I want to read out what was sent in. Justice for Ava, justice for all. She was murdered by Pfizer, sanctioned by the Irish state, in her father's own words. If you'll see this video now, look at how healthy and happy she was before that poison. Destroyed her body with turbo cancer and killed her at 14 years of age. Presented with stage 4 cancer after 2 months. Died within a year and had a 2.2 kilo tumor removed from her ovary. poor kid. Absolutely unheard of. Fuck every last one of them. Look, fuck every last one of you for not using your platforms and speaking up about the medical genocide, democide of our people. And he's right. There's people who have big platforms here and they don't talk about it. You know what I mean? There's people who go to the marches here and they don't talk about it. There's people not allowed to talk at marches because they talk about this sort of stuff. This is not going away, people.
What should be highlighted.
Yes, it should be
the
highlighted.
People and the families who've been injured.
Yeah. But every foreign leech and criminal can and will be sent home. Ava O'Brien is never coming home. This is so blatantly about financial gain. Subscribe to me and clout for so many. Do so many pricks on here and never on the streets where it actually matters. And you absolutely sicken me. Cowards pretending to the world that you care about Orla while you post other people's videos who are out in the real world actually trying to reach people and change hearts and minds. To line your own pockets of the destruction of our home and our misery and our people. Absolutely fucking shams. Your silence about excess deaths, just like the government and scum media, is well and truly noted. And in my eyes, by not using your platforms to highlight it, you got and go after these murdering bastards. You're complicit in helping them with the distraction and cover up. Congratulations on going to doing the government's job for them. Please feel free to unfollow me, but we have to talk about this. Please, I am here for the truth and for the righteous justice, not to be surrounded by frauds and fake nationalists who are only out for self-gain, accolades and fame, who actually don't really give a fuck about this country. Never stop fighting. Justice for Ava, justice for all. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers are always with Martin, Joe and their wonderful family. That goes for everyone here and worldwide that are devastated and drowned in grief because of the greed of video now. And I'm going to be honest with you, he sent it to me today. And
is that the one we played before?
Yeah. I cried. Okay.
I know.
I'm going to play this now. So, yeah. So get your tears out. Poor kid, I have to say. But there's kids all around the country. There's all kids all around the world that have gone through this, and it's the turbo cancers. Like that's what it is. It's turbo cancer. That child showed up with stage 4 cancer, unheard of. You know what I mean? And it's happening to everyone.
He was perfectly healthy. You know, it was the lies from the government and all those other arses out there. You know what I mean? Like, my own daughter is 14, the exact same age. Like, just even watching her there doing the TikTok videos. Like, that's exactly what my own daughter does. The exact same age. It's just, I tell you, their day is coming. Their day is coming. You've frozen again, Paul. Paul, you've frozen again. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with his internet tonight. But Ferg is right in everything he's saying. We need to be standing up against this. Like, the amount of people that is injured from those shots after all the lies that's been told, this all needs to be highlighted. The excess deaths, I think, are 23%, if I'm correct. I think I am. It's just horrendous. And it's been brushed under the carpet, and it's been made out to be that it's normal for like 12-year-olds to be dropping dead on pitches. That is not normal. It's not normal. You know, children should not be having heart attacks. If you're fit and healthy enough to go out and do sports, then you don't have a chronic heart condition or anything like that. So why are children dropping dead? But yet that's been normalised. It's not on RT, it's not in Virgin Media, and all these people need to be accounted for. During the Nuremberg trials, they went after the doctors, the nurses and the journalists, and the same thing needs to be done. And the likes of Luke O'Neill and Stephen Donnelly and Joe Duffy and that Ciara Kelly one and all these other ones that were up promoting all this and telling a pack of lies. Your day is coming. So it is. So I hope that's okay, Ferg. If Paul ever comes back to me. Ferg, will you be my co-host, please? Paul, keep talking. The internet's gone again. And as I always say about Ava O'Brien, we also have Roy Butler, and it's very important to highlight him again. He was 23 years old from Waterford. He was fit and healthy. He wanted to go on holidays, and he ended up taking the Johnson shot, which was the one shot. And he ended up with a blood clot and died within 5 days. And it's very important to highlight his story as well. There's many other stories like that. And this is why I've said, instead of the same people getting up on these mics time and time again, these are the people that should be up, the families of the injured, and start listening to their stories. And the more people talk about this, the more it gets out there, which is really, really important. Like, what are we as a nation if we're standing by children dying? You know, I mean, turbo cancers of 14 years old is not normal. Children dying at 12 years old of a heart attack is not normal. People getting stage 3 and 4 cancer in their 20s, 30s, 40s is not normal, especially not at the rate. Look at all the people with Alzheimer's, dementia, and everything like that. Like, you remember a time if you asked somebody, oh, how many people do you know with dementia? You'd be lucky to say one, or Alzheimer's, one person. Now you're going on to your second hand to count how many people there is now. That is not normal. It is not normal with all the people whose lives have been changed because they have blood clots or they have this, that, and the other wrong with them. And this all needs to be highlighted. So fair power, fair play to you. You know, Wake Up Era with Barry and Adele, fair play to you as well. And for everybody else who's highlighting this. And I'm sorry that you're still looking at me. I don't know where Paul's gone again. I swear to God, as soon as we start mentioning certain things, this is because they're looking to shut down the country. They're shutting down the internet. So they are. So let me see if there's anything else. Let me just go in and check. Sorry, I was just going back to see what I'd sent over. So there's another thing we need to speak about as well, is in relation to the nursing homes and what went on there and the excess deaths as well. And how many of those patients were given midazolam. Over in America, it would have been remdesivir. And that causes severe issues with breathing and kidney issues and all that. And again, we need to be looking at what went on in the nursing homes. Dr. Marcus de Bruin is very, very good at highlighting the excess deaths and the likes of Aisling O'Loughlin and all that. I do have a screenshot from Aisling, and whenever Paul comes back, we'll put that up. But again, what went on in the nursing homes was absolutely horrendous. I've spoken about this several times. My own mother had MS and she didn't want to take the shots, and I wrote into the nursing homes to make sure that she didn't take it. So she didn't, and it was absolutely gas because, you know, every time I went into her, I was talking to her on the phone, she'd be telling me, oh, the nurse is sick again, and this one's sick again, and this one's sick again. but yet she wasn't getting sick, even though she had MS. Now, unfortunately, she passed away there in January, but she was very, very rarely sick, considering, when you have MS, you're given immune suppressants, which damps down your immune system, but it was very rare for her to be sick. So it just showed, again, as I said, we didn't want her taking the shots because we were worried about the inflammation of the body and that it would make her MS even worse. But you could see the difference with all the nurses being sick. Oh, finally, he's back. Sorry, guys, for having to listen to me.
Guys, the internet just keeps getting shot. Every time we talk about a vaccine or anything else here, I'm getting boom, gone.
Yeah, but yours is, mine isn't.
Yours, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, see the
what?
Door here now, so you'll be through the door here now in the next
I was just talking there about midazolam. Will you put that screenshot up from Ashley O'Loughlin? And then we can also play what's that man's name?
Dalglish.
No. Oh my God, my head is gone. I can see him.
Know.
He was involved with Pfizer. There's a video there.
Mike Eden.
Sorry, yes. He was one of the vice presidents. Yes.
Oh.
So we're just on the shot, so might as well just finish off, just do that section.
Yeah. Okay, the Pfizer, the midazolam. Okay, so
yes, just shows what I was talking about there.
Yeah. There you go. Sorry. In 2020, prescriptions for midazolam products shoot up in line with the nursing home cull of the elderly. At the same time, GPs are told to administer end-of-life drugs to so-called COVID patients trapped in nursing homes. There you go, November 2019. Look at that. December, January, February, March, April, it went up, look to 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
They doubled, but in the UK, they nearly tripled in the UK, but here they doubled.
Yeah. Same happened over in the States, where Remdesivir over there. Remember Dr. Brian Ard talked about his father-in-law, that he believes he was murdered through it as well.
Yeah, but you only have to look at, midazolam is, you're not supposed to give midazolam to people that have respiratory problems.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID-19 was a respiratory illness. So it should have never been given to COVID-19 patients. And it's the Liverpool, or the whatever it's called, the protocol. You're dead in 5 days. You give them midazolam and they're dead in 5 days. This is how they got their numbers, people, in order to justify why.
Oh yes,
for an emergency use of the COVID vaccines. This is exactly what happened. But for what's this? I lost a great friend and a neighbor to turbo cancer months, and they were dead. I can't even look at people who wear masks. I'm the same. I saw a man down at the shop the other day. He was an oldish man. He was 70, I should say. And he was walking into the shop with the mask on. I said, "Mister, why are you wearing the mask?" Oh, he said, "In case I catch something." I said, "There's nothing there." I said, "To catch me." "Oh, no. So the doctors are telling you to get injections and you have to get this." And I said, "Mate," I said, "How's your breathing?" I said, "Wearing that." I said, "It's not great." I said, "Well, take it off." I said, "You're breathing in your own carbon monoxide. You know what I mean? You can't do that." I said, "That's bad for you." I said, "People know now that that's bad for you." That's why I didn't. I'm going to be honest. I wore a mask for a while. 2 weeks, I'd say, a week and a half, but I wasn't wearing it. I was wearing it with my nose down, and you know what I mean. And then it was just about bleeding. It was bullshit. I knew it was bullshit. You know what I mean? And like everyone else knew it was bullshit.
Let's play Mike Eden's video.
Mike Eden's video. Let's stop sharing that. Then I have Mike Eden's video here.
And this is another man who, God love him, like his career was just destroyed because he spoke out.
Yeah.
In the world, you can find increased frequency of respiratory illness and respiratory deaths anywhere until after the WHO called a pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, they called a pandemic with no evidence of a pandemic because they were lying to you. They were lying to you. Then they all our governments created the impression of a pandemic by misusing a test that doesn't measure what it says, PCR. There's literally, what we had is a pandemic rollout of the test. It's as simple as that. increased number of cases everywhere was a pandemic of a rollout of a rubbish test. It's not a mistake. They knew it was rubbish. They designed it to be rubbish. They designed it to produce positives where there was no illness. And then when people died, they said, oh, they had COVID. They literally did that. And then, I'm afraid, medical procedures in care homes and hospitals led to people being killed. But this is old news. You've heard all this before. I just wanted to tell you, you can't have an emergency without some sign of that emergency emerging somewhere. You need that information in order, as a leader, to say, I'm afraid, folks, I've got bad news. There's an emergency coming batten down the hatches. For these pandemics, they just lied to you. Nothing was happening. If you go and look for it, you'll not find the evidence. They called the pandemic, and then the data started arriving, which was fraudulent. So it's as simple as that.
Yeah. I actually have Angus Dalglish here as well. I'm going to play. Yeah, I'm going to play this. He tells you about it now. Hang on.
We're here today to discuss, the dreadful use of vaccines and the mandates that have caused so much problem. And it's very clear now that why on earth did they do this? I mean, I have no idea, because from the very beginning, these vaccines were not vaccines, particularly the ones that ended up after AstraZeneca with all the clots and they were shut down. But the messenger RNA vaccines of Pfizer and Moderna have caused unbelievable problems and damage to people. And I don't think we will ever really be able to get over that. It was absolutely abhorrent that they would even think of this. And they were pushed into this by Pfizer and all the people that Pfizer and Moderna wanted to get this into everybody. These were not vaccines. These were horrible gene therapies that could actually integrate into your genome. And this is one of the reasons we're seeing this horrendous rise in turbo cancers. I'm terrified what they've done to our children. I think everybody who went along to that should actually stand up to trial, defend themselves and go to court. This is unbelievable, the incompetence, medical negligence, everything, and nobody is accepting responsibility for this. And they have to be held. This is Nuremberg trial stuff. They are so awful. They were never, ever effective. I've looked at the first submissions of Pfizer to the FDA. There was no evidence that they were effective whatsoever. It was basically hope. And they were never, ever safe.
There you have it, people. He's a professor. This man has wrote books. This man is like Peter McCullough. And now these are conspiracy theories. You know what I mean? Come on, people. Wake up and smell the coffee here.
I know.
It's horrific what went on. And he's right. It is Nuremberg trials 2.0.
Yes,
it is definitely. It has to be. And the likes of all of these need to be done. Stephen Donnelly, was that his name? The little baldy fella.
Stephen Donnelly, Luke O'Neill. Do you know, like as I said, like look at the ones that were promoting it. Like, you know, you had that Ciara Kelly one and Joe Duffy and Ryan Tubridy and all them. They're just as bad. They're like pushing it as well.
Yeah, steady, Eddie. You don't need to be a professor. You don't now, Eddie, because it's there. It's in your face now. You know what I mean? Like, I know. Oh, listen.
And we always forget. We always forget one of the most important ones as well. Dr. Death, Dr. Tony Holohan. And he should be definitely one of the ones up first as well. After all he's done.
How could the women of this country have
listen to him after the cervical scandal. I know.
They should have known better, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I know.
God bless anyone that did do it, you know what I mean? It's disgraceful.
I know.
I think genetic modification was banned by the pandemic, was to give emergency use, and now it looks like they are unbanned. Yes, exactly.
We'll see, with emergency use, they can do whatever they want, and that's the thing.
Yeah. How many doctors took the fake jab? Well, it seems 92% of them won't take it now.
Are not taking it now.
Yeah.
So they're not going around taking all the boosters. 92% of medical professionals.
Nuremberg was not a trial; it was a witch hunt. Yeah. I was at Saturday's protest in Belfast City Hall outside the BBC. Many good people stood up. Fair play, Cara. Fair play, Cara. Pat Kenny, Pat the lawyer Kenny was one
Yes,
of the worst.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
Dr. Death.
100%
Don't
Dr.
forget
Death.
Bradshaw. Yes.
Yeah. But sure, they're all at it. Do you know? Anyone ever
Strange
remember
how they
Joe
believe.
Biden? Do you remember Joe Biden got the 3 shots when there was only supposed to be 2 in different shirts? And then do you remember there was one there where it showed them getting the needles, and then the needle wasn't actually coming out of their arm at all, like it was like a fake needle.
The needle pushed
Yeah.
in. Yeah, it was a plunger. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this saying there? Wouldn't say it's easy running a nation. Yeah, maybe not. I'll have a go at it. Good man, Paul. I just didn't have head for them with the woke heads on them. Yeah, I'm the same. Your internet virus needs a vaccine, Paul. Bill Gates is the man for that, isn't he?
You see,
He's at the
somebody
point
said,
of
is it Paul's shirt that's causing the issues? It's too vibrant, is it?
Rumple foreskin. If you're an unvaccinated Irish woman, I'm offering an unvaxxed Irish baby making service a la Pat Mustard. You'll put it. No, I'm not going to say it. While the people was obeying staying indoors, except that the government installed water meters to cause water charges, and here go digital euro, and government want asking you to pay. They are just going to take. That's exactly what they're going to do.
And
All the
everyone
media-
remembers while we were all inside, the doll was having a great party and Leo was having a whale of a time.
Yeah, Leo was off. Yeah, I'm not going to say what he was doing because Harris involved in
while everybody else was on lockdowns. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very strange how they let the stabby ones off with shy too. Yeah. Wasn't Simon Harris the Minister for Health? Yes, he was Minister for Health with the cervical cancer. Yeah, he hit it. Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. Pfizer is they got the call. Pfizer is what they should be called, not Pfizer. Yeah. No immigrants getting the shot. So figure. Well, you look at any of them, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and they had all the lowest uptake in vaccines, 5 and 6%. That's all they had.
And
I
so
think
did actually Poland and Romania as well. They had very low take up as well. You know?
Yeah. Pay the pacemakers. Yeah. I'm going. I just sent you stuff, Paul. Hang on, let me just see what you sent me. I'm going to finish it up now in the next few minutes, and anyway, we're going to.
There is a Pride video to play as well, and then check and see what else there is. I think there's another couple of screenshots. Oh yeah, Ken O'Flynn's video as well at the 1.3 billion.
I have that there. I'm going to play that, and then we'll head off. Hang on, what did you send me? Oh Jesus, you sent me loads here. Oh my God, do I? Irish parents thought this sounded rise up and speak. Hear the people saying. Yeah, I just put that up there just for a minute. This is Gates. Yeah, I'm just going to put this up. Yeah. When a guy has enough money to and clean the oceans, instead he chooses to pump his money into GMO mosquitoes, blocking out the sun, creating fake meat, and most importantly, producing toxic vaccines for 7 billion people. You have to ask yourself why. Exactly. He's a scumbag. He's the devil. What he is.
Oh, he is the devil incarnate.
He's the devil.
100%. He'll be going to hell. Hope he's. I always say, I hope the devil has a good estate agent, because he's going to need loads of room for what's coming down.
Thanks, Paul. Orla, everyone. K9 time with me. Still listening in, though. Look out for each other.
Thanks,
Love
Eddie.
you all. Blessed be. Speed and good night. Thanks, Eddie. We'll talk to you. Yeah, that's what he said. I'm going to do this Ken O'Flynn one. Is it Ken O'Flynn?
And then there's one on Pride as well.
Yeah. You done Bell's palsy there again there. What's the story?
Who, me or you?
No, you went. You did a minute ago. Ken Flynn, I'm going to this 1.5 billion. Yeah, that's that one, is it? Yeah, let's go with that.
Figures release show that over 1.5 billion is being spent this year alone on accommodation services and direct provision for asylum seekers and refugees. That figure is rising every year without any democratic consent. Students are dropping out of college because parents can't afford to pay the rent. Parents are working 2 jobs to pay for books and transport. And what is this government's response? Spend more on everyone else, but on our own. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make here, Minister. It's billions of euros that hasn't really been approved here. It's been approved by Europe. We can't be dictated by Europe every day of the week there. We've done our part in relation to the Ukraine people when the troubles were there initially. We've done that. But it seems like we continuously open our doors. And we do need further debates in this stall here. Not divisive debates, because other people have different opinions and I have to respect that too. But a debate is a democratic right of everybody, and that democratic right has been refused to Gus, is being refused to Jennifer, it's been refused to the people that are going to be kicked out of a nursing home in 2 weeks' time in Scott. The fundings need to be put in there and not where they're being put at the most present time.
It's mental money, isn't it? It's just...
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Actually, I must say, like, Ken O'Flynn seems to be doing, like, quite good work. Like, he's speaking out a lot about stuff.
Yes. It's a lot of it's a lot of money, like, you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. And then people going without medical cards and children's assessments and care for the elderly, etc., etc., etc. It's just ridiculous, like, carry on.
I'm going to just play the git here. The git's last one here. We'll play the git last. And this is Gobshoy. This is El Dodry. You know him?
We played that the other night.
Oh, we did. Shit, we did. Sorry,
yeah, we did. We played that. Yeah. The Pride one has to be played.
Which one was the Pride one? Hang on. Let me get this Pride one.
You'll see a man just standing there. It's on him.
Orla. Oh, the Pride pedo.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that the one there? I have that there, have I?
Join us.
This is this fella. Yeah, this was in the UK. We'll play this. Yeah, give it a minute. And we'll finish it up then.
There's climate change one there. That's come into my head as well. We can play that. They're not long anyway, so.
Did we not play that climate change one already?
No.
I think we did. I think we did.
Join us because there's going to be lots of great music from some of the acts that are performing at Pride, some interviews, and a lot more. But until then, I'm going to head off in this wonderful car. It's a Pride car. We're off to Donohoe. See you later. Enjoy Pride this weekend.
He's a Pride group founder named Stephen Ireland, and he was just jailed for 24 years for raping an extremely vulnerable 12-year-old boy.
Wow. I seen that. That was in Manchester, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Sickening, dirty bastard.
No, I think I scheduled the climate change one, but I don't think we ever played it. Well, I just remember that it's there.
That was the Ivor Cummins one.
Yeah, we didn't play it.
Okay, well, maybe I've just seen it.
Yeah. Well, are you going to argue with me, Paul? Are you?
No, Orla.
You know better.
Is there any point in arguing with you? Typical woman.
There's never a point in arguing with a woman. We always win. Yeah. What's the point of arguing with a woman like?
I know. Trust me, I know.
Easier life just to go along with it.
Yeah, it is an easier life. Just breathe.
Impact on that process, and therefore the measures that we ought to be looking at and taking to mitigate that problem.
I think we are in a period of warming. The average temperature of the planet does seem to be going steadily upwards.
Since when?
Since the mid-80s.
So
it went down in the 70s.
I remember all the fears about the ice age.
Yes, in the 70s.
So we were told the planet is about to freeze in the 70s.
Yeah, it was very, and that wasn't a fringe view, by the way. It was, covers of Time and Newsweek and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, people have forgotten.
Yeah, and it was going to be 6 degrees of cooling, and it was going to be amazing changes, and that didn't happen. Out and started warming gently, and since then it's warmed at about a quarter of a degree per decade on average across the last 30-40 years, and it's maybe they say it's 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels now, but pre-industrial levels did this, so which bit do you want to proved. You find whole forests that are emerging from melting glaciers now. Well, they were forests in 1500 where there's no glacier, there would have been no glacier there now. So the glaciers come and then gone away again since. So we're not in a period of unprecedented warmth. We're not in a period of unprecedentedly drought, storms. There's no increase in the either frequency or severity. Floods, you need to take into account the fact that we're building on floodplains and making it harder for rivers to lose their energy and things, So there's man-made factors, but that's not the same as saying that it's the climate that's making them worse. The carbon dioxide.
Paul, that's frozen and you've disappeared. Sorry, guys, about tonight. I don't know what is going on. This is just, it's not normally as bad as this. Paul, can you hear me? I think when he comes back, I think we'll shut it down because it just seems to be serious internet problems for whatever reason. As soon as we start talking about shots or lockdowns or anything like that, yeah, great crack altogether. And you're back having to look at me. My apologies. Actually, I might just say to Paul, let me just check and see. Hold on a second. Hi guys, listen, we're just going to finish up because I don't know what the story is with the internet is. So again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have the lion, so I can't do the raw or anything like that. So we'll see you again in a couple of nights. What are we on today? Tuesday. So we'll see you Thursday night. So hopefully things will be back to normal then. Thanks so much, guys.
I don't know. Orla said she's finished it, but listen. Okay, I'm going to finish it off there now. So yeah, the 30th of July is when we'll push this out for. I'll try and get a poster done now during the night or tomorrow. I'll push it out on all platforms. And thanks very much, everyone who watched tonight. We've hit Jesus Christ. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless. Take care.